Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we get to go over the all-new 2021 Enlighten 25BH. This is a great family camper, lots to love here, including double bunks in the back corner. Let's start off though on the campside. One of the things I love when manufacturers do is give you a campside dinette. Why, you may ask? Well, it's pretty simple. This is where you'll be sitting down to have your meals, including your breakfast, sipping on your cup of coffee, and you get a great view out to your campsite, not out at the neighbors. So I love when they put it on this side. As far as the dinette itself, you will see I have plenty of room here for 4 people. The table, I have a lot of room from the table to my torso, as well as a lot of space for my legs. And as far as eating, it's probably a little high for me, but realistically, definitely manageable. And the table is big enough that I can set 4 plates here, play a game, whatever else I need to do. This does drop down into a bed, albeit not a huge one. It does still give you an additional place for a child to sleep, or if you have a pack and play, you can drop that down, remove the cushions, put the pack and play right up top here, as long as the child's not crawling. Please make sure we're safe. As we take a look underneath the table, you will also see that you have an electrical outlet there. So that's a great place to plug in any electronics, especially if you need to work on the road. If you have a laptop, tablet, something like that, boom, you can plug it in right there. You have a little office workspace right here in your camper. Taking a look up top, you'll see some storage. Open that up just to kind of give you an idea of the size. I like this too, personally. It's almost like a silver inlay that they put, and I think it's a kind of a great break from what we're so used to seeing. You know, just different shades of wood. A lot of times, a lot of manufacturers are going to like a gray wood or a grayish this year, but I kind of like the silver. It's a little bit muted. It's not too bright. It's kind of like a matte silver. I don't know. I just like it personally. I think it looks pretty good. Right over here on this side, you will see your main control panel, including your lights, your water pump, your water heater. Everything is right there. If you want a TV in this RV, this is where it'll be located. You have a backer right there in the wall. Connections for it are right next to it. And as I promised, in the back corner are your double bunks. Teddy Bear Bunk series. They're nice and soft. You can see that they actually have some thickness to it. You know, not all bunks are the same. Some of them will be like half this thickness. Not the case. These ones are nice and thick for the kiddos. You have a privacy curtain, so you can close it off, especially if you're staying up later than the kids. And as far as space, I'll crawl in here. So just to kind of give you an idea, folks, I am 6 foot tall. You see I have some space here. I'll put my head all the way up so that way you can see at my feet. I have a little bit of space there. That's a pretty big deal, you know, because this allows an adult to very comfortably sleep in these beds, which, you know, if you have an adult weekend out, that could be pretty darn helpful for some of your friends. Right here in the back is the bathroom. Now, before, some people get freaked out, there's not a sink in here, but there is one right outside. We'll see in just a second. But when you come in here, a couple things I like. One is the height of the toilet. This is one of those things that, you know, especially as I get older, I start to appreciate. You know, I must have done a lot of damage doing too many squats as a kid, I guess. But having the toilet a little bit higher, it makes it a lot easier to get off the toilet, which I like. So it's kind of like a comfort height toilet, if you will. Also, as far as space, I have good space for the shoulders, great space for my knees and my feet here as well. Again, as I mentioned, I'm 6 foot tall, a little over 200 pounds. Right next to me is the tub. So if I take a step in here, again, even without the skylight, folks, you can see I can clear the ceiling. With the skylight, that gives me an extra like 2 or 3 inches. You can be 6'2", maybe even 6'3" in here and not have to duck down to shower. I love that. You'll also see the hand wand there. And not that it's, you know, the end of the world if you have to duck, but it's just a lot easier if you don't have to. Of course, you also have a vent fan right up top and a LED light. I like that it is centered. A lot of manufacturers will put it over to the side, and if you're showering, you just don't get a lot of light. If you're showering during the day, of course, you have the skylight, but I like that you actually get some of the light at night too. Right here on the wall is your thermostat, so you can quickly and easily adjust the heat. We'll open this up. You'll see your mirrored medicine cabinet. There's a mirror on there, so you can check yourself out. And as I promised, right underneath is your sink, electrical outlets, plug in your hair dryer, curling iron, whatever else you need. And then more storage underneath that for black tank chemicals or toilet paper, you know, kind of whatever else you need to toss in there. That's another thing. Because you don't have a lot of storage in here, I'd probably just pick up like one of those little containers from the store that, you know, you can put some toilet paper in. That way you have extra right in there. Pro tip for you. Right outside, you will see this versatile storage space. Now you can use this for a couple different things. You can use it for kids' clothes if you want. More than likely though, you'll use it for pantry. So I love that there is a pantry space in the kitchen, especially a camper this size. Opening up the fridge freezer. So this is going to be where you start getting into some of the upgrades. The Enlighten has kind of 3 different floor plans, and at least currently. So the 25 is one step up from the 18, and in this one you get the full-size fridge. So nice big Dometic fridge that does run off both propane and electric, has automatic switchover, so if you have those extended camping trips, you have more cold storage. Another one of the upgrades you'll get is right here in the counter. You'll see he'll have upgraded seamless countertops in here, which are great. You don't have the T-mold in there. You have a bigger sink, double bowl instead of a single bowl sink, so it's perfect for washing and rinsing dishes. High-rise faucet. Same 2-burner cooktop right over here, and again they turned it so that we have a little bit of prep space right in here. More importantly, at least for me, is it gives me a spot to put my coffee maker, and the electrical outlet is right where it needs to be. Up top is your microwave, additional storage. Open that up just so you can kind of see what you're working with, so pretty decent storage there. Of course, LED light underneath so you can see, and then you have the hood. This does have a light as well as a fan on it. More storage underneath. Under here, you do have to contend with the P-trap, but under the cooktop is all open storage. So great pots and pan storage here in the 25BH. Not 1, but 2 full extension ball bearing drawers. So you have a spot for your flatware as well as, you know, maybe some of your kitchen towels, or if you have larger utensils, things like that, you have a spot for that. Then your direct vent furnace is right here too, and that will do more than enough to keep this camper nice and toasty. You have a privacy curtain up front, so you can close both of these, just like we had one in the back. You have the queen bed. Now the thing I like about this is the orientation, right? So instead of having a corner queen like we had in the 18BH, when you step up into the 25, you kind of get the north to south bed so that we don't have to crawl over each other in the middle of the night if you have to get up to use the bathroom. So it's nice camper queen bed there. You have electrical outlet and USB ports. You'll see that on both sides. So it doesn't matter what side of the bed you want to sleep on. If you have a CPAP machine and you need to plug your cell phone in, you can be accommodated. You also have wardrobe on both sides. That way, you know, you kind of have a space for both of your clothes. Shelf going across the top, LED light there, and you have the accent panel for the front wall, which I like. Kind of has like a almost like shiplap look to it. And then underneath the bed, there is additional storage right over to the side. It is strut supported, so that makes it nice and easy to access anything you put underneath there. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the 2021 Enlighten 25BH. Right up front, you have 2 20-pound propane tanks with the cover. Nice and easy to get in to access those tanks. Behind that, you will see rails for your battery. And coming up the front is diamond plating, protecting that front end from rocks and debris that may get thrown up by your tow vehicle. You'll also see that in lieu of the ribbed aluminum, they went with a smooth aluminum front. The reason I like this is because A, it looks nicer, and B, it's a lot easier to clean. And seeing as how the majority of your bug smashes from traveling are going to be on the front end, having it easier to clean is a bonus in my book. Making our way back a little bit further, we will see the front storage. So open that up. What you will notice is this is a full pass-through. So if you have longer items, you know, fishing poles, skis, things like that, you're able to slide them in there. Taking another step back here, you'll see the power awning. Touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. Super simple and easy to operate. You'll also notice that you get a larger grab handle. You know, you probably don't need it in all reality. You have the smaller one here, and because the steps, you know, it's a 2-stepper, usually the small one you'll be able to get away with, but having the bigger one certainly can't hurt. And this is a lot easier for people that are exiting. So if you're exiting the camper, you know, especially like when my grandma comes camping, she loves being able to grab right here, and she can kind of use this to support herself and help her out. So I think that it is great for that purpose. The door itself, I'll talk about this real quick. It is a friction hinge door. So kind of wherever you put it, that's where it stays. It's nice because you can fold it all the way back. You'll see that it does clear the awning. So that way, if you want the door open and have the awning out and you just want the screen here, you can do that. Also, the screen door has a handle on both sides. That way you don't have to slide this open and closed. And so that'll help keep the bugs out too. Make our way back a little bit further yet. You have a couple electrical outlets in case you need to plug anything in. That will be the place to do it. And then when we get to the back, underneath that bunk is our storage. Huge storage area on here. If I have one critique on this, this floor plan, my only issue is I wish they would have made the door a tiny bit bigger. You know, I wish they probably could have gone over, you know, another 3 or 4 inches here. But realistically, the fact that you do have access to that storage is great because that is a very big storage area, and you still have the pass-through up front. In the back, square tubular bumpers, it does come with an end cap. That'll give you a convenient spot to store your sewer hose so it's not rolling around in the pass-through up front. Mounted to the back here is your spare tire, which is probably one of the easiest places to get to it. It does have a cover as well. That was in that pass-through, so you can cover it up, make sure it's protected from the elements. So we come back over to the off-camp side here, dive down underneath. You will see your termination. Both your black and gray tank valves will be located there. City water inlets here. Pop this guy open. You can see that that has a detachable power cord on the 25BH, 30 amp power cord. You can just plug that in for all your power. And lastly, right up front, this is your fresh tank fill. Right next to that is the other side of your pass-through. I'll also show you this right here. As far as cargo, folks, you can have 2,520 pounds in this thing. That's the cargo carrying capacity. That is a ton of stuff for a camper this size. So if that's something you're worried about, is bringing a lot of stuff with you, the 25BH, you don't have to worry about it. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2021 Enlighten 25BH. If you're interested in this wonderful family camper and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Also in the comments section, let me know what you think they nailed, what they failed, or if you were designing this RV, what you would change. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.